T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Yo! Oh my fucking goodness. We are here. We are live. It is of all. Damn. I keep saying we love y'all, and I'm trying to say we live, y'all.
Because
it is
Nikki and Lucy that love.
I love everybody.
I know.
We are live, and we are full in effect. We have the best show around, of course. Oh, you got a message.
Let me crash when I tell you. Hello.
When I say, oh, it's been some shit today. Okay.
What is going on with you, man?
We are here. We are live. Ring of Honor. First pay-per-view back since Final Battle. And Santana, what did you think of the show?
I honestly thought it was a fairly interesting show. I mean, boy, shut the hell up. You ain't going nowhere. I thought it was really good. I mean,
Joseph, you already know.
I was spazzing as the intro was happening, so that's why we're laughing. I definitely enjoyed Ring of Honor's show tonight. I mean, there was a lot of things that happened, some title changes, some potential feuds happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't really have much of a surprises or anything take place tonight. But I guess, oh God. Oh, Jesus.
Casso in the building, joining from the Discord. Shout out to y'all.
But I mean, here we are. It's Ring of Honor. The first pay-per-view since they've been, kicked out of their promotion and everything. We got some people who were originally a part of Ring of Honor there. We got some newcomers coming in. So, I mean, fairly, I say this is about a 7 out of 10 for the first pay-per-view being back.
Yeah. I'm pissed that we didn't see Honor no more.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they're carrying Honor no more. Why not bring them to Ring of Honor? All right, this is the wrong promotion.
Ring of Honor. So is Ruby Soho, but your eyeballs clearly don't work. I've told you that multiple times, Casso.
He's too busy choking on that dry ass chicken he's been eating.
We all know that Charlotte Flair is the greatest of all time, but we're not here to talk about that.
No.
Joseph says, I do think there was one surprise was left for the show. There could be new members of Blackpool Combat Club.
That's possible.
We got W_Chad _ Benitez. I hope I said that right.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite match was AK versus Willow, AK, who is Allison Kay. I predicted Allison Kay to win and was pleasantly surprised by Willow's victory. The pounce transition, especially. Yeah, it was good. It was good. And he's laughing, and here comes the wrestling classic with the Casso and his dry ass chicken joke to,
It's not needed, but
reiterate. That ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Championship was a mess. That was the title defense for the Righteous since they beat Shane Taylor. Should say Promotions at Final Battle. Claudio winning was a W. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get on to it because the comments are moving like crazy. This match here, I'm gonna take something down right quick. Oh, perfect. I think.
Are you wrapping up?
I don't
We're wrapping
know.
up the men fast, yes.
Are you wrapping up? I'm not sure. Yeah, I need more content on that. I think this was. Oh no, we just got here. No, we just got here. Literally.
I know Twitch shows a time.
I literally just said we're going live.
The fuck is going on?
Pay attention.
Lord, what is going on? What is in the water?
The Wrestling Classic seems to be happy to be here to talk about ROH. I know there's some more post shows going on, but like I said, Women's Wrestling Talk, we have the best post shows ever.
Did you have the best tag team ever?
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Oh, look, the best tag team in wrestling is FTR after tonight.
Until we take the titles.
You're actually not late. We haven't even really gotten into it, to be honest. But thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who came and joined. Joseph says Brian Cage seems even more like the odd man out, that this is now the embassy and not Tully Blanchard Enterprise. Yeah, shout out to that man. Shout out to Tully Blanchard. Any comments on this? Were you surprised at how this actually ended? Shout out to Blake Christian.
No, because when we were doing the predictions last night, I predicted Brian Cage, Cage and Gates of Agony. I predicted them to win this match. I don't know exactly where Tully was, because he wasn't out there. He didn't accompany them to ringside. He wasn't there, so I don't know what necessarily happened to him. Maybe they pulled the plug or something or what, but I was already rooting for Brian Cage and them to win. So,
I don't know.
And they did. And
they did. I know your partner over there said that she wasn't going to go for the Blanchard because of the whole.
I wasn't like my partner. I'm like,
oh yeah, that's what she said. Chad, do you mind if can I call you Chad? Because I don't want to say that every time. I also predicted Brian Cage to win. Thank you for the follow as well.
Oh wait, this is Chad that used to be in our that used to be on YouTube. It was on the William Chad.
Oh,
but you have to call him Chad because he likes to be called Chad. So he finally found us because
thank you.
We're not on YouTube like that anymore.
We're not live. That is
not live wise. We're exclusive on Twitch now. So now we have you over here.
All the baby faces won tonight, which was a business decision. Brian Cage can be a top guy in ROH because Tony dropped the ball on him in AEW. And Chad says, please call me Chad from YouTube. Chad from YouTube, you got it, buddy. You got it. Thank you for coming back, too, because we love it.
I was like, that's who it is.
We're happy everyone's in the chat. As it was said in the Discord, everyone come join and let's have some fun. Not too much fun. Don't get too comfortable because we are not the ones. We are not the twos either. We also like to diminish.
Yeah.
So we're not nice over here.
And I live by violence and chaos. So
yeah, that's our name in Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every day.
What the hell is this?
I live
Are we gonna do like post shows for ROH when they come back, like weekly?
I mean, this is the first. We're doing the first one.
I really hope they come on Tuesdays.
That'll be nice if they come on Tuesdays.
That would
but
be.
I mean, I live by violence and chaos every day. So
yeah, definitely.
You start
Holy,
best believe it's happening.
Holy, it's Colt Cabana.
Yeah,
it is, and he did get the win. Chad said I figured out the live Twitch stream. I'm a babyface. Also, don't say from YouTube often. We are just all here now. Okay, perfect. Well, Chad said he's a babyface. So is Stephanie, and Santana has to deal with that every Friday night. So, Tuesday again.
Why am I being attacked?
I'm not attacking you. I'm really throwing a little shade to your tag partner. And shout out to the Wrestling Classic for kicking it up. We're here all night. Well, not on that.
No.
Not on that. And yeah, it could happen.
Go ahead and make this official.
2.0, let's be real, it's trash. Okay. Hello guys. Shout out to Bobby. Boom in the building. Nikki is a heel for sure. I'm definitely am. Damn Santana and Stephanie like Musan and Henna. Do you know who those people are?
I don't know. There must be some of him people.
Oh shit. I'm sure he knows. I know he knows those people over there. What you call it?
This can be seen. I just want to let it be known.
Okay, well, tell Stephanie that.
Here, this is gonna be the sign that I put up every time Nikki talks about another tag partner that has nothing to do with her. So everyone knows Nikki is my only tag partner. You've seen it here live, Ring of Honor.
So obviously, Gorilla Moonsoon. He was given an on-air farewell by Gorilla Moonsoon on December 6, 1993 edition of Monday Night Raw.
I don't know what that is, but anyway, we're here to talk about Ring of Honor. I'm good. Bobby versus Anthony Henry.
We are fine. Who he talking about? Okay, not some people. Somebody's yelling, and the Wrestling Classic's yelling. Stephanie and Al are my favorite host, but the Salt Shakers caught my interest in after shows on this channel. I love heel work. Yeah, thanks.
So technically, they may be your favorite.
They're still your favorite.
But we caught your attention.
This is fucking crazy. With that being said, you can catch Santana on Friday nights without me, and now
you can catch Nikki on Wednesdays without me, with Al. So look how the tables have turned.
And we'll get to that in a minute. How do we feel? I'm gonna actually favorite this.
Oh, child, please, we'll beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't even do that to Al. And actually, Al's partner is Mika. So there's that. Book it TK, and that's RTK as well.
But
thank you, Bobby. God damn, these comments are going crazy.
Thank you,
Bobby, because we know Bobby. Out of everybody, we know
we are the most seen tag team,
and we're also the Bullet Club. Don't forget. Over on Impact. Before we move on, of course, you can check us out on the best post show at Women's Wrestling Talk History, Impact Post Show. Read the sign. It's about to get crazy. But yeah, not much about this match. I mean, not much about the men anyway. I mean, shout out to that man for getting the victory. I mean, Tony Khan did say on the media briefing that he was going to be on the show. So that's good. And then we also have another comment from Chad. Turnbuckle Glam is my favorite show. Please talk about gear and looks as we go through Ring of Honor card. We will. With that being said, you just made me think about something. Tomorrow, Turnbuckle Glam will actually be at a new time, 11 a.m. Central Time. I have to go see Trey wrestle in Knoxville. That's more important. I said it. The Wrestling Classic says, y'all all right? Coming from you, that's a lot.
Y'all is, but
this whole pay-per-view was to sell a streaming deal, which was smart. What y'all thinking? Hell no. Let's get
Did it
to
sell anything?
Kurt Cobain. We're kind of done with him. Next match we have. Next match we have. Very interesting match here. Any thoughts? Honestly, any thoughts?
Isn't one of their names Cheeseburger, right?
Cheeseburger, and the other one is Eli, I believe.
This is an awful ass name, but
Yeah.
I was going for Shinobi Shadow Squad to win.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really was.
Yeah.
I thought the match was pretty cool to be on the kickoff show for it. To be on the kickoff show for it. I was excited that they actually ended up winning. But I mean, it was nice to see Ari Daivari. We haven't seen him in a while, actually.
He's cute.
He do very well for himself.
He's cute. He does.
It could be a cool name or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was nice to be on the kickoff show. I thought it was really good.
I like Cheeseburger. He was on Terminus this week too. He's been all over the world. It was actually a good match, to say the least. Honestly. Wow. I think he meant like stud muffin.
My bad.
I think he meant like stud muffin. We support everyone here. Okay.
We do. Well, we do.
Wow. All right. Moving along. Of course, this match, Jonathan Gresham versus Claudio, ROH World Championship. My God, right?
Let's open up the show.
Good opener. A lot of fans of Cheeseburger in the comments. Cheeseburger is a ROH. Yeah, I do too. I love Cheeseburger, especially like no onion, no pickle.
Yeah, I don't like no onions. I don't like no pickles either.
Jesus.
Mine's more like mayo, ketchup, cheese, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Someone wants you to say his last name.
I can't say that, so I didn't try.
Okay. So as we move on and talk to the match, actually, the fuck does that mean?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying my name, though. I really appreciate it, Justin, from the wrestling class. This was a good ass match overall, but of course, Claudio. I mean, he gets the victory. You know, it is what it is. Like, honestly, I wasn't shocked. Especially, let's just be honest. I was on the media briefing, and we posted the recording on our YouTube as well, and. Nova's helping me. Castagnoli. Okay, there we go. So we posted the media briefing, and I kid you not, I come off the call, and I'm like, Claudio's winning, 100%. There's no other way. And it was a good match, you know, for those that can go back and watch it on the stream or wherever you get your wrestling. It was a really good match. And I said it was going to be match of the night. Not sure if I still stand by it because I really didn't get to see the FTR and Briscoes match thoroughly because it kept glitching. But you said it was a great match, and we've seen them. We just recently watched their match at ROH Supercard as well. Shout out to everyone in the comment that is trying to get me to pronounce this man's last name. I don't give a fuck. Claudio, okay? Castellino. There you go. But yeah, he won. He won his first world title in a major wrestling promotion, and it just looks good. It looks good on him. Jonathan Gresham looked pissed.
He deleted his Twitter.
His Twitter's gone.
He deleted his Twitter. What I will say about this match, I mean, it was a nice opener. I did not expect them to start with this match first. I thought maybe they would start with like maybe the 6-man tag match. But they did not. They started with this one first, and I thoroughly thought it was a really great match. It was a lot of funny moments where Cesaro literally picked his little ass up and started swinging him around like a frisbee or something. It was funny as hell.
That man like koala bear.
He picked him up like a koala bear, but I thought it was really good. I mean, they're both. Jonathan Gresham is so good in the ring. He really is. And I mean, Claudio, it was nice to kind of see him, get his first major title, single title at that, because I mean, there's been many times when I thought maybe Claudio would have been like a champion, holding like a major title, in various of other promotions that he was a part of, but it didn't take that place. It just happened at Ring of Honor. Yeah. And I mean, Jonathan Gresham, I mean, he was really good. He was a great champion for the time being that he was there.
Yeah.
He was holding a title. And I mean, let's just see what necessarily happens with Claudio holding this title. Whether they move forward, what happens with Jonathan Gresham? What is it, their next options, or what are they going for with this?
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like they were just really like getting in his ass. Pause on Twitter.
A lot of people were not happy. There were some people that were happy. But then there were some people that felt like Jonathan Gresham did get done dirty.
Yeah.
For this to be like considered to be his first title defense since Ring of Honor and everything like that, and this to be the first pay-per-view that they had since Final Battle, and to have Claudio win, although knowing that I can understand both sides of how a lot of people are feeling that, of course, looking at this was just bound to happen, that Jonathan was going to lose that title pretty soon.
I mean, my God, how many times is Jonathan Gresham going to defend?
17,000 times.
Like, I mean, he's defended over and over and over again. And yeah, it was cute. It was cute to see, him and Jordynne Grace be champions together and everything. But I mean, life moves on. And sometimes you have to realize that, like, you've had your moment and you've gotten to defend this championship in numerous promotions. Literally just this week, he was at Terminus. He's been in Impact defending. It sometimes is a time to change the mold. And I don't know. I think that, Jordynne Grace and Jonathan Gresham have a very prevalent kind of presence on social media, especially Twitter. And we've seen Jordynne Grace literally make comments about Chris Benoit, and then I said his name. And then we see that actually turn into her making donations and getting other people to donate to the CTE Foundation. And so I think sometimes we don't realize that a lot of these people are still human beings. But I think it is, it is what it is. I mean, people are going to troll. One thing, and me and Santana say this all the time, if you cannot deal with trolls and you cannot deal with people being able to have access, either get offline or make your page private, because Twitter is not the world of, I'm going to hold your hand and be nice. It's not. There's trolls on there every day. Every time I get into a space, and shout out to Rob and Chris and them and Big AO. If y'all know, y'all know. They're always joshing them in the spaces. Always. They say Jordynne Grace gets on her comments. Gets on her burner and shit. So anything really at this point, it can happen. Joseph says Jonathan had a great 7-month reign. He had to unify them during WrestleMania week, for God's sake. Listen, it happens. It happens. Joseph also says, if this was Claudio's first match in AEW/ROH and Bryan wasn't injured, would people still be upset that we're on the side of Jonathan Gresham? It just is what it is. And things happen, people say things, people, say all kinds of crazy stuff online. And the one thing that I've learned the most is that sometimes you just have to log off, or you just have to block everybody. I know I said some shit about Jim Ross, and all these white men were in my comments. You think I'm going to go back and forth with you about my comment? I'm going to block you. I don't give a fuck. But everyone doesn't have that tough skin. And so, it just happens. And,
Don't come to my page, because I'm going to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
We can have a long conversation about why you feel otherwise.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I'm definitely that person.
Yeah. 100%.
I have time. I thoroughly enjoy it because you came over here and you thought that because you're going to say some shit that was going to piss me off, and it doesn't.
And it doesn't. Could you imagine?
I'm having more fun than you think I am, than you are.
Really and truly, though, honestly, because
no, you didn't spell her name correctly.
I honestly, I mean, me and Deanna were trolling Gail Kim the other morning for talking too much. You know, it's all fun. And people have to realize that sometimes it just comes with the game. I would rather someone troll me on the internet or to my face than have someone in this industry that I think is actually like being nice and they're really not. That's the part that I think a lot of people miss out on when it comes to social media, because people will share and like and comment on people's stuff and they genuinely don't even give a fuck about them. And that's the scariest part. At least trolls can be trolling in a perfect manner. And Casso says people online are hiding behind a wall of social media without speaking from a place of some sort of intelligence. And I agree. But moving forward with this, we also had Roosh and Dragon Lee, Battle of the Brothers.
You said that you didn't say that wrong.
Any thoughts on this? No, because I was going to say Dragon.
Where the hell do you see like an accent over the O or something? I don't know. Wow. I mean, it's a battle of the brothers, you know. Yeah. A lot of people did not know that they were related by no means necessary. And these are two brothers going at it. I mean, they used to be they actually used to be a tag in ROH together a long time ago. But now you have babyface brother versus heel brother. And I mean, this was fairly good. Who was the better brother? That's really all it is. Who is the better brother? And we definitely found that out tonight. I thought it was a really good match. I'm not really too familiar with either of them, honestly. I mean, although they're both related to Andrade, it was just the fact of like, you know, I'm starting to see Roosh a lot on TV and really just starting to like pay attention a lot more to his matches to see if I feel like I can be a fan or if I can respect his work in the ring. Same with Dragon Lee, it's the same thing. I'm not too familiar with him either, but it's more so just paying attention, watching his work in the ring, seeing how he worked with his brother, because, you know, not all brothers have the same wrestling style. Or sometimes you may not, I mean, with brothers, they have a lot of chemistry, you know, and there's just, you know, that's just a different route within this too. But I definitely thoroughly enjoy it. I was shocked that they actually announced this match to happen. Because, I mean, a lot of these matches that were announced, they really, to me, I feel like they didn't really have any substance to it. It was just something that was just put together. But, I mean, here we are. We found out who the better brother was, to be exact.
I bet you Andrade was proud.
Of course. Watching each other.
We're really good. It was really good wrestling, and I know a lot of people. Sometimes they, you know, a lot of fans need that story, and this is a story. You talk about brothers having, you know, like going back to Cain and Abel. You know what I'm saying? Something like that in a sense, or even with the Kane and Undertaker, and you know, I think
Jeff,
what?
Like Matt and Jeff, you know,
brothers.
No, no, not at all. Like Kane and Undertaker,
Matt and Jeff,
Bret and Owen.
That's a good one.
Those different types. I always love to see siblings go against each other a lot. Not to find out who's like the better one, but just to see how they would match up. You know, I know a lot of times it's gonna be a competition anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%. Think there's been some.
Thank you.
I think people's stream lagged since, and come on now.
Does it?
Yeah, like we're way ahead of we're ahead of them. So when they heard that, it was after the fact. But I know you're gonna pick on him in the comments anyway. Moving on, we have the Righteous versus Dalton Castle and the Boys. Surprise of the night, honestly. Surprise of the freaking night. I was not expecting this.
I thought that maybe, like we talked about this, like maybe Honor No More would have came out.
Yeah.
Match somehow, some way. But that did not transpire. By no means necessary. I know a lot of people felt like this match was a miss. I know that Joseph brought it up prior to us even get to this match that it was a miss. And I know a lot of people said it should have been on the kickoff show.
Jamar.
I never even knew they had a 6-man tag team champion. I never knew that. Is this what Tony Khan has in mind for AEW, having the trios tag team champion? Is like, because that's something I can pretty much think of. Never knew this even existed. Didn't even know they were even champions or anything like that either. But I mean, it was cool. I wouldn't say that I was like happy to see it, but yeah, I guess it was cool. It was nice. That's about it.
Pinto. The wrestling class said whoever said the Righteous looking like they came out of a Ram Zombie movie was jokes. I will say Vincent looked totally different.
He does.
From how he looks with Honor No More. And I do think that they dropped the ball with not having Eddie Edwards and Kenny King and PCO and of course OGK and Maria and them come out, because I've really thoroughly enjoyed. At first, I was not a big fan of Honor No More. I'm gonna be honest, because I felt a lot of portrayal from Eddie Edwards. He's in my top 3 when it comes to Impact.
Y'all sat there and say, "Oh no, Eddie wasn't Eddie, was Steve Macklin."
I didn't say that. Well, no, I said that I thought it was gonna be Steve, and it shocked me that it was Eddie. Like, it thoroughly shocked me, and it was still Steve. I mean, Steve.
Yeah, but in the end of it all, it was truly Eddie.
It was it still kills me to this day. Every time I see this man, I tell him, I used to love you, Eddie. And then I sit there, and I hope they don't cut this for the next weeks. And then I sit there and I cheer this man on, like, as Alicia should. Obviously, Alicia's dropped the Edwards because she's so ashamed. Somebody said, Chad said Rob Zombie and Vincent are both cool. Shout out to Rob Zombie. He put on and produced and created and gave us some of the best Halloween movies. Rob Zombie edition of Halloween and Halloween 2, 2007 and 2008, I believe are the years, are my favorite. Besides the old school ones, of course, the Halloween Michael Myers movies. But as you know, just like Trey Miguel, I'm a huge Michael Myers fan. And shout out to Rob Zombie for those movies, because honestly, he particularly did something with those movies that I just feel like I want to be in a movie, honestly. Like, I want to be in a Rob Zombie movie because of that. But overall, I think, and Cassio says, shout out to Coleman on commentary all night as well. But yeah, I thought this match was very interesting, to say the least. But I would have loved to see, especially right here, when Dalton Castle and the boys win. Eddie Edwards just comes in, the captain, of course, with his lieutenant, Kenny King, attacks everyone. And then Vincent starts to beat the shit out of them, too. Like, PCO jumps off the top rope. I don't know. Like, Maria distracts the ref.
Girl or some shit, you know.
You said what?
That beats up. Well, no, don't beat up, because she's with righteousness.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting she's with righteousness. Somebody. He's multiplying boys. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Her flip was dope. Yeah, but she landed on her own people. But a lot of them land on their own people anyway. So.
I don't know. I really thought that I was gonna see Eddie Edwards and Kenny King like mosey on down. But guess what? This week on Thursday night, Happy Impact Day, we will be here to talk about what's that match? Ace Austin versus Eddie Edwards that I kind of spoiled on the last show, so don't go back and watch that. I really didn't spoil.
I mean, if you don't know, then
Yeah.
she didn't spoil it. But if you know, like I did, because I was like, you kind of.
I had no idea they were announcing that fucking match, dude.
Literally. So.
You should. It's so good. I've gotten.
Why y'all act like Impact is so bad, or like it's gonna kill you to watch Impact?
I think a lot of people like need more than just wrestling, and I think for me, like, I don't need.
They do sometimes give you more than wrestling. If you're sitting there following the stories, you're gonna get your stories and your wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
And I've even like me and Santana, we've even gone back and watched some of the old matches too,
Right.
like full.
Let me tell you something. If y'all can sit there and y'all can watch fucking TNA back in the day like y'all used to, y'all can sit here and watch Impact.
Yeah.
Of today.
And it's on Thursdays. It's not bad. It's like 2 hours. It's really like I'm not even lying.
Y'all
like
can go through and watch AEW.
And obviously this is ROH, but I have to be honest.
Come on now.
There's really no one in Impact that I just don't like. Like, I think everyone is good. And that even goes, like, I'm not the biggest Moose fan, but I do think he's an amazing talent. I think I would put Sami Callihan at the bottom of the barrel as far as people that I really don't care for. But as far as, like, the knockouts, I mean, even Gia Miller at this point. Like, Steve Macklin is a god at this point. Trey Miguel is my heart. Obviously, I'm driving 3 hours to see him wrestle tomorrow after just seeing this man wrestle 2 weeks ago. For those that are watching and you love wrestling, and I mean pure wrestling, you're going to get a little story, but it's going to be wrestling on wrestling on wrestling. And if you love wrestling like I do, and I mean like combat wrestling, it's amazing. But yeah, they did get the win. Moving on. Now, listen. This badass kid, Daniel Garcia, okay?
Leave him alone, okay?
Girl, I am just...
Daniel Garcia alone. I like Daniel Garcia, okay?
He's a cool kid.
And he is a cool kid. He's a cool kid. He is a badass, and he looks like a badass. But tonight, he came up a little bit short. A lot of short, honestly. I mean, him and Wheeler did an amazing job. I mean, I think a lot of people don't really get to see Daniel Garcia wrestle that often, but he's a really good wrestler. That match he had with QT was on AEW was really, really good.
Thank you.
It was really good. Not because of QT, but it was no, you're welcome. But it was really, really good.
I wonder, did he train with QT? I wonder, did he train for QT?
I'm not sure if he did, but I know like he go crazy and he's actually, I think, career wrestling champion right now. But he was really good. Cool by association. I guess
it reminds me of the motherfucker that was like bad as hell for no reason.
I think he was just like cool minding his business.
Yeah,
but I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I thought it was really good. Honestly, learning a lot about Ring of Honor's like rules for certain matches that they have. Because I remember one time there was a match I think that had Jonathan Gresham on there. It was an ROH match or whatever. They had some type of rules going on that I did not understand, by no means necessary.
Yeah, those are like their rules. And it's I've watched an ROH match. Actually, I think it was Jonathan Gresham and Steve Macklin in Impact.
Yeah, I think that might be the one. I think there was it the first time that Jonathan Gresham had stepped into Impact, right?
I'm almost sure.
Because he had the octopus thing on. I was like, who is this guy?
The Wrestling Classic says, I don't know why it's so hard for me to care for Wheeler. I agree, because I'm going to be honest. They literally beat the shit out of this man, and then he went into their faction. I thought it was fucking weird.
That's the same thing with Layla Gray. She lost, got beat up. Red Velvet, Kiera Hogan. They both got their ass.
If you're listening, you can stay home, babes. It's okay.
Keep doing your salsa dances on the TikToks and stuff. I think the baddies are doing good. You're throwing them off.
They're doing fine. Chad says, would you say that Wheeler did lay the smackdown? Santana?
I mean, he did a good job. I would say that. I mean, Daniel Garcia ain't no pushover though. Like he was really giving him, a run for his money. Where it came really close, that Daniel Garcia could have won this title, but unfortunately he did not. Games do that. Get beat first, then join. So did you get beat and then you join?
Is he in a gang? I don't think he's in a gang.
I don't know what he's in.
Bobby says, who is the next challenge for Wheeler?
I think as of right now, we really don't know, because it seemed like Wheeler and Claudio have their eyes set maybe somewhere else, which we would definitely get into that match really soon. So I don't know. I mean,
Nova says, I think it's going to take a while for Wheeler to look legitimate. I agree with that too. Or Chad says, was there no one smacked down by any means necessary?
I mean, Daniel Garcia did get a little knocked out a little bit, and then they started killing him. So he did get knocked down.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe Daniel would have won, but maybe it's not his time yet. You know,
maybe it's not. And the Wrestling Classic agrees. Garcia could have won. BPCC want to recruit Danny. And then it seems like they're building BCC having all the ROH gold. Who knows?
I mean, it's possible. I think the only people that don't have gold right now is Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean,
yeah.
John Moxley has the interim, AEW World Championship for now until CM Punk comes back. And the only person that doesn't have a title is Bryan Danielson. He's the only one as of right now that doesn't have a title. So, I mean, what does that mean for Bryan Danielson? Like, what title is he going to go out there to carry?
Maybe the FCW. Okay. Moving on.
Maybe they'll find him a tag so that they can go after the ROH tag titles. How about that? So then they can carry all of the ROH titles.
Maybe he starts his holding that title till he die. Okay, he's the best. He's the best one to hold this title.
Well, I'm talking about Ring of Honor. I'm not talking about FTW. No,
I'm just saying it was a joke. It was a joke.
But
speaking of titles in ROH though,
he's actually cleared now, Chad. He has a match on Wednesday. Bryan Danielson does. He has a match on Wednesday, so he's cleared. He's cleared now.
He does. And Bryan will be facing Garcia this upcoming Monday. Bryan and Garcia versus FTR. That is going to go crazy, okay? But speaking of titles, there was a ROH World Television Championship. Of course, Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal. I don't know why the hell I called him Jay fucking Lethal. Oh, upcoming Wednesday, correct. Danielson for a world championship then. Maybe, Chad?
So that means that he would have to beat up. He would have to go after Samoa Joe then if he wants this title because Claudio is holding the world title for ROH.
Yeah, and they can't do that
unless they try to kick somebody out.
I was actually wanting Jay Lethal to win. I really wanted a reset. I see why, and we were all in the room. When we were in the room at the beginning, Jamari kept saying he has the haircut. He's definitely winning. And he did. Samoa Joe did get the victory. Any thoughts on this?
I mean, it took a minute before this match even started. I mean, as soon as, Jay Lethal didn't even get a chance to get into the ring before Samoa Joe's entrance even began, and these guys fought right there in the aisle, and all around the ring, getting thrown through tables. Even Jay Lethal's associates came out to try to assist him with beating up Samoa Joe, but they got kicked back to the backstage again. And I mean, I felt like we finally got them into the ring for this match to actually begin. I mean, it was really good. It's been a while since these two have had the chance to get their hands on each other. I think with Joe possibly was injured during that time, but now he's good. So, there was some point where I thought maybe Joe, why you got me started.
All right,
winning.
Maybe the new tag team will be Joe Lethal. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But I was happy that Samoa Joe won anyway. I was fairly excited. I'm a fan of Samoa Joe. I think Jay Lethal is amazing talent, an amazing wrestler. But I mean, Samoa Joe, that man is top 10. And the only thing that I really appreciate this is the fact that I am able to see Samoa Joe wrestle when he was pretty much kind of held back a lot when he was over in WWE from injury to injury to injury because he's so injured prone. It was really nice to be able to see him wrestle. Yeah, he's very injury prone, but he's a damn good wrestler, a damn good talker. There's a lot of people that cannot out talk Samoa Joe on the mic. I do apologize. There's a lot of people that cannot out talk that man. He is an amazing wrestler, so I'm definitely happy that he did keep this title. But maybe this may not be the end for him and Jay Lethal.
Yeah, I don't think so. And honestly, I've gone back over these past months, and I've literally watched so many Jay Lethal matches. I am utterly impressed by his work from back then. Everything that he did with Rick. Everything and let's be honest. Yeah, gonna be tagging with Jeff Jarrett to take on Andrade and Ric Flair at Ric Flair's last match, which we will be attending next Sunday. There's been a lot that's been added to this card, and I am very, very happy because his match with Trey Miguel, Jay Lethal and Trey Miguel, they went crazy, and it was recently, and I'm mad that I didn't get to see it. Because
not too much now.
Because I obviously I didn't go to the show or whatever, but I cannot wait to see Jay Lethal wrestle. I can't. I'm utterly excited. Well, I've already seen. Well, yeah, it'll be your first time, but I've already seen that man, and he pissed me off.
I've seen him in person. I'm just want to see him back in the ring wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell you something. I said this last night, Jeff Jarrett. If you do what you did at NWA with the Street Profits and the Usos, we have a problem jumping on the barricade and on beat your ass with your guitar. How about that? In Nashville, Tennessee.
That man looks good to this day.
He does. He definitely has taken a lot of care of himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm oh Lord. I don't know about Ric Flair, man.
I'm just happy Charlotte. I just cannot believe I'm going to be in the same building as this woman. Honestly,
walking and everything. We definitely going to make sure we get there as early as possible so that we can at least get us a really nice seat. I tell you that much.
Super early. Bobby did bring up a good point. I don't know who will be the next challenger for Samoa Joe, but anything honestly at this point is possible. Anything, honestly. There's literally we got content. There's literally anything. There's literally anything can happen. But let us move on to the main event. Of course, FTR, the Briscoes, them boys, ROH World Tag Team Championships on the line. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really surprised. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, going into this match, this match was a lot better than their first match. And I mean, sometimes the first match is kind of hard to beat because it's the first time ever. And we did go back and watch their match, and it was so damn good. It was it's 2 out of 3 falls match. I mean, yeah, they really, really, really went out there and put their bodies on the line. And I mean, whatever the outcome of this would have been, I would have not been upset by no means necessary. I think these 4 are extremely talented, and I've kind of got familiarized with the Briscoes. I wasn't a fan of them, honestly, but the more promos they got sent to me of them cutting their promos and in their form, and actually seeing them wrestle twice in person on during Impact and whatever, and seeing them going against FTR, I thought it was amazing. But I did not think that FTR was going to retain those titles because of the fact that the Briscoes, they announced that they were signed to ROH. So I thought maybe they would have let the Briscoes win with them being signed with ROH, but when FTR hit their finisher, and Dak couldn't even he couldn't even pin him correctly. This man had to literally use his legs to pin him, because he was so damn tired. He was so laid out, and I mean,
Yeah.
and it just so happened to be it. So I mean, like, this was arguably match of the night.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad it was the main event because if they open up the show, I don't think that anything else followed it would have been able to match up to this.
No, I don't think so, honestly. But like you said, FTR gets the victory, of course. A heartfelt victory, of course, for his daughter as well. You know, they're doing the campaign now. Tickets, shirts are on sale as well, and I think it's benefiting the Heart Association, but I'm not sure. Not HART, but the actual like heart. Heart disease.
Yeah.
Association, I believe. So make sure you guys, if you're big fans of FTR, make sure you go and support, and make sure you get your because I believe 100% of the benefits are going to that cause. I'm not 100% sure, but I did see the shirts and they look really nice. But of course, at the end, this happens.
Yeah.
All gold in one building, all gold in less than, I guess, 100 feet from each other, all gold in representation of Ring of Honor. And this is probably when Jonathan Gresham deleted his Twitter.
No, technically he deleted his Twitter like right after the match.
Okay.
Right after the match, and he went backstage and he kind of just, did shake Claudio's hand and kind of just gave him like the yeah, go on, but you didn't took my title from me. I have nothing else to say. He deleted his Twitter, so who knows where Jonathan Gresham is gonna go? Maybe he's gonna curl up in a ball and cry or something. But
yeah, I want to read a tweet.
What happened?
I want to read a tweet from Jordan Grace herself. There was a tweet that says, "Why is it when people like Eddie Kingston, Adam Cole, Deonna Purrazzo are body shamed online, everyone jumps to their defense? But when someone like John Gresham is ridiculed for something he has absolutely no control over, everyone piles on him." That's what Jordan Grace says. She also follows up with, "It's not funny when actual discrimination is happening because of this on two levels. I'm just asking for y'all to keep the same energy." Now I'm going to say this. This is my problem. What in the hell does Eddie Kingston, Adam Cole, and Deonna Purrazzo? Y'all do this shit when y'all have arguments with people. Y'all bring up other people into the debate. And I don't like that. Now, she has a valid point. She does have a valid point because I've seen them all be body shamed. We remember what happened with Adam Cole. We see what happens with Eddie Kingston weekly. We've seen
with fucking Chris Jericho. They bullied that man to go get his 6-pack back.
Literally. We also saw what happened
to Jordan Grace herself too. Like they photoshopped her body and all types of things like that, which is just like what's like that's awful. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't help that he cannot help that he's not tall. He can't help that. But he's a damn good wrestler.
He is a damn good wrestler. One of the best.
His height has nothing to do with his wrestling ability because even though he may be short, he can wrestle like he's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, and that match he put on tonight was absolutely amazing.
Like he didn't ask to be short.
Yeah. So with Deonna, they were body shaming her for putting out her pictures. She put out some of her pictures on her. I don't know. I don't think it's OnlyFans. I think it's just the big cartel that she does. I think she has some pictures that she posted, and they were body shaming her. And she was basically saying that I'm comfortable in my skin, and I think everyone should be. And it happens, it does happen. But for Jordan Grace to bring up other people, it's just like, oh my God, like, and I got a chance to sit down and talk to Jordan Grace. I think she's a really sweet person. I just think that she is one of those people that allows social media to be a trigger and allows things to be said that just don't have to be said. Casso says height shouldn't be a factor in anything. What the fuck? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
You have to understand, a lot of people in this world are always going to find something wrong with people that they know for a fact that they would never get a chance to talk to or be in their entire life. A lot of people who body shame or height shame or whatever have a lot of insecurities within themselves. And so they suppress their insecurities by attacking other people and pointing out different things that's wrong with their body or what they think is wrong with their body. And they talk about it or they do types of things to piss them off and get up under their skin. Sometimes in situations like that, you have to just, sometimes you can ignore it. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you can ignore it, and sometimes you just can't ignore it, because sometimes maybe what they're saying is true. Maybe a lot of people have their own flaws and a lot of people have their own insecurities, but it doesn't give anybody the right to point that shit out.
Yeah, at all.
You don't have to, because in the day they have to deal with this shit, not you.
Yeah.
You already fucked up and misery in your head, so that's the reason why you choose to go on social media and talk about other people. For what? That because you're so miserable with yourself and you're unhappy with yourself, you feel good by diminishing and shaming other people's looks.
Yeah.
Look at yourself in the mirror for once in your life. You're the problem.
Yeah. You're
upset with yourself.
Yeah.
And because you're upset with yourself, and because you don't like yourself, you don't want people to like themselves. So I don't know. A lot of people get talked about every day. A lot of people do. And only thing I just say is, like, you can try to ignore it. You can. You can try to find out ways to not allow what people have to say, and just realize that a lot of those people are just unhappy with how they look. And so they take their anger and their frustration and their insecurities and they take it out on you because you're happy with the way you look. You're comfortable in your own skin. You love yourself. You have confidence that they lack so much of. And so they want to try to bite off your confidence and bring you down.
Everyone has insecurities, whether they are open with them or not. Everyone deals with, even with people like Megan Fox, even people with the Kardashians, even people, in the industry, even models, even, it doesn't matter. Like, people don't understand the fact of just being in the mode of popularity and being known, and it's really sad, honestly. It really is. But I say that to say that you know what you're dealing with when you get online, and when you respond, all you're doing is feeding, and you're feeding into it. And sometimes you just gotta say, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not. And maybe that's what he did. Maybe that's him deleting his Twitter is a way of just being like, you know what, I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about it. And here we are. So
he doesn't have to, say if deleting your social media is a way to be able to clear your mind and literally not have to worry about what people are going to say, then so be it. A lot of people do a lot of cleansing by deleting their social media accounts or unfollowing certain people and things like that, so that they don't have to worry about the negative comments or connotations or just anything that people have to say.
100%. But as we move on, we've spent enough on the men. Okay, let's get into some things. Okay, baby, Allison and Willow should have been on the main card.
Yeah, they were really good.
They, to me, had the better match. Honestly, I think with the other women's match, I think it went a little too long, but not. And I say this in the context of, we want women to have long matches, but there can't be just being drawn out. There has to be time and pace. You have to continue to move, and I think that's exactly what Allison and Willow did. They killed it. Absolutely killed it. And I don't know what this means for Willow, you know, and I don't know what this means for Allison either.
Well, I think what they did say was that like this could potentially, like, whoever win this match could potentially be like the number one contender for, ROH women's championship opportunity.
Yeah.
I thoroughly did enjoy Allison Kay versus Willow Nightingale. I did not know that this match was going to take place. Last time we actually got a chance to see them both on a Ring of Honor card was, well, for as far as like, I mean, Willow, she faced Mercedes Martinez for for the interim ROH Women's Championship.
She did.
Allison Kay, she's kind of been wrestling on Women's Wrestling Army as of lately.
And
so
NWA.
I mean, yeah, NWA too. So I mean, it was nice to see these two meet again for the first time in a long time at that. And these girls definitely worked. They definitely did put on a good match.
Yeah.
There was some spots that could have been done better. But Willow ended up getting the win, and it just really people need to just like not sleep on Willow. She is an amazing wrestler, and she works with a lot of people and in various ways, and in a good way too. Some of these women, like she's a very well known and a over the top love babyface at that, crowd favorite.
Yes. They were literally booing Roxy, known as Roxy.
She's the champion. She's supposed to be the baby face, and they were booing her over Willow.
Yeah.
And Willow lost.
I think that looking back at everything, Willow has really been the mold of women's wrestling as a babyface. She has also been all over. Her and Mia Yim just wrestled on the West Coast, I believe, not too long ago. And honestly speaking, I know everyone's like, sign Willow, but maybe keeping her as a free agent as of now is probably one of the best things for her. Because we're not going to just be held for just seeing her in just one promotion. Same with Allison Kay. We've seen what happened when the Hex lost, and Marty's kind of just taking a back seat, and Allison Kay's kind of just running things and running through promotions. And this is what I mean when I say you still get a win without getting the win. Well, everyone wins with this match. We got so much, and we see the presentation. Now, I know people are going to complain about, because they always do, about how many matches that we got, right, for the women. It's not always about what we get. It's always about the quality. Look at what we were given before Forbidden Door. What was the AEW pay-per-view?
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Look at what we were given versus quality versus quantity, right? And I think even with what we were given for Forbidden Door with Tony and Thunder, like this match here, Allison Kay and Willow, is something that I'm definitely going to go back and watch. And the reasoning is the whole consumption of this right here is the growth of women's wrestling. This right here is not a title. There's no feud. It's just straight up in the ring. And it reminds me of just it showcases the progression that we've had in women's wrestling. It showcases young talent still, no matter how long they've been in the game, they are still being able to grow and progress. And I hope that Allison Kay sticks around in ROH. Of course, we had ROH Women's Wednesdays with the women's division before everything had trickled down to the final battle. And now we have Willow getting yet another win. A lot of people were confused. They didn't know what was going to happen with Willow after losing to Mercedes. And then even with Mercedes. And Casso brings up a good point. Women's wrestling should stop being overlooked. And I believe that as much as progression as we've made, there's so much more that needs to be done. And matches like this, it really makes me proud to be a fan because I went back today. I watched 2 matches specifically. I watched Deonna and Britt in Ring of Honor, and then I went back and watched Deonna and Candice LeRae. And those were 2 pivotal matches. Because I remember we watched the final battle match between Roxy, known as Roxanne to WWE, and Willow. And then I was there live for the ROH Championship and the AAA Ranadale Reigns Championship conjunction between Deonna and Roxy, known to WWE as Roxanne. And so for me, going back and watching those 2 matches, it was very important because I wanted to see not only the history, but the landscape and the foundation of where we were going to go tonight. Because we're very new to some of these promotions. Let's just be honest. ROH, GCW, and one thing that the Salt Shakers like to do is we like to do our history before we go into battle. We want to do history. So it was really good to see. Bobby says, "Who would you guys want to see wrestle on Ring of Honor Women Division?" I think Renee should get in there. Queen Amita. Obviously, because of what happened at Terminus, Serena Deeb pops up. Queen Amina is also undefeated in Terminus and Battle Slam, so I would like to see her do that. What about you, Santana?
I was saying, like, a lot of I know on Dark Elevation, we do get to see a lot of talent wrestle on there. A lot of women talent that wrestle on there. I feel like we should have some of those notable women be a part of Ring of Honor's women's roster. Yeah. Of course, I would love to see Angelina Love come back, but I wanted her in Impact, but you'll find out why I don't think she need to be there now. Such a bad timing for all things, but I would love Angelina Love to come back and be a part of and Ashley the Invoice would be great too. It's so many women. I don't know if maybe like a Candice LeRae would be nice in Ring of Honor. Maybe Tegan Knox to go. There's a lot of women out there who haven't been in the rings in a very, very long time that I think that it'll be nice. I think once Ring of Honor figure out what their structure is going to be, although it's up on Tony Khan, whatever the structure is going to be laid out for Ring of Honor is going to let me know how I feel like the women's division is going to go so that I can say who I would like to be a part of the division. Yeah. Because of right now, there's not really a layout of what the plan is to go in for Ring of Honor. But I would like to see some of the women who were a part of Ring of Honor before they kind of close it off, be back with Ring of Honor if they want to be there. Yeah. So
I thought we were gonna get Britt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But I mean, I personally wouldn't have known like why she would have kind of showed up. I mean, unless it's gonna put her back in, let her be a part of Ring of Honor since she was once before. And maybe do something there, but I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Joseph said, "Yeah, for guys and girls, Santana's right. Once Ring of Honor figures out its shit, then people will go sign to appear for both if they fit both." Bobby says, "Viva Van." Yeah, I think she'll be really cool to be a part of Ring of Honor, but I mean, I don't know. However, whatever they choose to do, I'll be paying attention and watching. I hope they, if they do have like a weekly special for Ring of Honor, maybe it should be on Tuesdays because we kind of don't really have like a set Tuesday show or a post show or anything like that for Ring of Honor. And I mean, it would be nice to kind of get our feet wet over into Ring of Honor, learn some of the history of it, like we kind of been doing, and so on and so forth. But I mean, all I heard was like back in the day, Ring of Honor was not that great. But then again, I don't take opinions from a lot of wrestling fans because a lot of times they don't know their shit anyway.
Because it definitely produced some of the greats. Like, I mean, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, Britt was over there, Deonna, Maybe there was something that was missed, but who knows? But we do have to get to our last match of the night. For the women, this was definitely the main event. Mercedes Martinez putting up her ROH Women's World Championship against the professor herself, Serena Deeb. And once again, I have to say, I was very surprised in this outcome. I like Mercedes. I really do. I just did not see her retaining. And with that being said, I also thought that we were going to have a surprise. A woman, a former ROH woman, who knows, anybody, Candice LeRae. I mean, I thought Britt was going to pop up, but I don't know. Like, the match itself was good. There were a few spots. Joseph did say earlier that Allison and Willow went 8 minutes, and Mercedes and Serena Deeb went 17 and a half minutes. I predicted 18 minutes. That was my prediction. So I don't know. There were a few spots. That German suplex off the top rope to Serena was brutal.
It was crazy. I mean, if people know the history between Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb, I mean, they go way back. They've wrestled each other multiple times, and I mean, for them to kind of start off being a coming into which I said that I hope that this leads to them having a match against each other, since they've kind of been doing a tag on Dark and Rampage and Dynamite too. I was happy to see that eventually this was going to turn into a match, and with Serena Deeb turned on Mercedes Martinez on Rampage the week before that I wasn't here. It was like, all right, so okay, so now we're going to start something here, what I've actually been looking forward to. And I think these two are extremely talented. They're both they're so technical with their move sets. Like they're submission queens at this point. Like they were, I mean, to the point where Serena Deeb was biting Mercedes' arm when she was trying to put her in her submission move. Like she literally bit Mercedes' arm. And I was just like, all right, girl, now this COVID's still going around. You can't be biting people. Monkeypox is around somewhere, okay? We don't need nobody to get sick or anything. But I mean, I thought it was really good. It was I'm glad that Mercedes Martinez retained. I was going for Mercedes Martinez, but you can tell that these women have a lot of respect for each other. You really can. And I mean, maybe I don't think that there's a moment in time where I think that it's going to be where Serena Deeb could win a championship. I don't know. I just don't personally see it. I think that it's just like teacher and student or mentor to mentor and mentee to mentee just going on against each other. And I mean, it was meant to transpire. And I mean, I'm happy with the outcome. Maybe someone could have came out or maybe we'll try to figure out what happens next. Maybe this could be the end of, Mercedes and Serena Deeb, or, maybe this could be just something that could start off something again, or maybe somebody else will come in and want to challenge Mercedes Martinez to a championship match. But I mean, it could lead to Mercedes and Willow having a match again, actually for this title, with her winning her match against Allison Kay, which, like I said, I think they stated that this could, if whoever wins, could possibly be in a running to get an opportunity to face either Mercedes Martinez or Serena Deeb.
That sounds so crazy when you say it. Like,
what?
Possibly be in the running.
Yeah.
That's how they worded it.
That's how they do word it.
Why they called her Mercedes Benz is crazy.
All right, but we're not going to.
I think a lot of people are asleep tonight, honestly. I will say this.
I'm trying to wake up now.
The downside of this pay-per-view is that we do not have an episodic show to follow up what happens. We do have AEW. Obviously, we got a match that was announced, Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia, which is a bit ROH.
They got Jon Moxley versus Rush on Wednesday too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I guess as of right now, they're going to use AEW to follow up with a lot of these matches that took place on Ring of Honor. But I mean, it would be nice to have them figure out what they're gonna do within a weekly episode.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of works that go into it still. I mean, they're still trying to figure out if they're gonna go with Warner Brother for streaming services wise. Other than that, I mean, they got to figure out. They got to get writers. Figure out they're going to use the same writers for AEW, or they're going to figure out that they're going to have some new writers for Ring of Honor. I just feel like it's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like it's a lot that they're maybe trying to do differently with Ring of Honor versus how Ring of Honor was in the beginning. And utilize it and figure out what they're going to do here.
100%. I think that at least they should do is have Mercedes versus Willow at least on a Rampage. Yeah. Like, you're not, and obviously if you guys heard the media briefing, he still, and when I say he, I mean Tony Khan, is still unclear on if we're actually going to get a live taping of, well, not live, let me not say that. If we're going to get a actually televised taping of an episodic weekly thing with ROH, or is it going to be a streaming service? Because let's be honest, streaming service is actually looking, it's looking to be the mold, if we're just being honest. Like, let's just be honest here, you know? I don't know. I know that
they did a media scrum tonight. And I don't know what was talked about on there. I was trying to see if maybe there's like a recap or something that somebody may have written about to see what they did talk about and stuff like that. But I don't think they have. I don't think anybody has reported anything that could have been interesting to be said. Yeah. So yeah, Joseph said he won't admit he only brought ROH because he need the room for his AEW talent. 4 hours of TV a week isn't enough. Plus, he didn't want WWE to have that tape library. That is true. That is true.
He talked about the library on the media briefing too. He did. Bobby says, I feel like the Narosa Company, Mission Pro Wrestling, and Ring of Honor should work together for Ring of Honor Women's Division. That would be nice. That would actually be nice. I think it would work.
Well, she does. Some of the wrestlers over at Mission Pro do wrestle on AEW Dark a lot sometimes. So I mean, it would be nice to have them come over to Ring of Honor and maybe be utilized there.
But you guys, oh my God, so much fun tonight, honestly. I hope that one day we're able to get you ROH. It will probably be our Tuesday night show once we're done with Ms. and Mrs. But with that being said, you guys, that was ROH Death Before Dishonor, and I am very pleased. I am very happy with the product. I know Tony Khan gets a lot of shit. And I think the same thing that I said about AEW is the same thing that I'm going to say about ROH for the women's division. You have to let time progress, and you're going to have to let the jury go out. Tony Khan is obviously someone who, I'm going out on a limb on this, he cares about the women in some capacity. Maybe, just maybe, he can only focus on building one star at a time because a lot of the men that he's getting are already stars. Let's just be honest. He built Britt Baker to be one of the best talkers and one of the greatest champions in AEW history. He's building Jade and has built her with so many different people. Last week alone, we saw 10 to 15 different AEW women on Dynamite alone. So with that being said, let's be patient. Let's continue to push the mold. And of course, the only thing that we can do is continue to vote. Vote. Oh my God.
What is it? A campaign speech?
Well, I voted last week. I've been on politic mode.
Oh my God.
all we can do is continue to watch, is what I was saying. Continue to push the demo. Make sure we're feeding that 18 to 49. Make sure women are also watching as well. And we're getting men behind us as well. That's all. We have to continue to push the mode, because obviously the progression in women's wrestling was showcased tonight with the 2 matches that we had. And we also had some phenomenal matches all around. With that being said, you guys, later on today, for those that are on Central Standard Time, Chad says I vote for Santana. I vote for Dreon Santana, because can't nobody else say her name like me. But yeah, later on today, for those that are on Central Time, Sunday, 9 p.m. PST time and 11 a.m. ST time. We will see Turnbuckle Glam. It will be here. We will give you all the beautiful looks that we have. I think I have 45 looks. 45 looks for the week. So we will get through that. We will do everything that we can. I'm still uploading photos. Oh my God. As we speak, they're uploaded to my computer. All I have to do is upload them to here, but y'all don't need to know that anyway. Monday, the Salt Shakers will be back. Our take-home episode for SummerSlam. We're also doing a Rey Mysterio celebration. Is it 20 or 25 years?
20.
20 years as Vince McMahon makes his ass out of the door. Will we talk about that? Maybe not. I don't know. But for those that watch the SmackDown Rampage show, you will. All you have to do is hit that notification button on the top, and every time we go live, it will be here. Chad, we will be here at 11 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so hopefully you're on Central. If not, if you're on Eastern, that's noon. If you're on Pacific, it's 9 a.m. I don't know what's in the middle. I think that's Mountain Time or some shit. I don't even think people over there got cable. No offense. With that being said, because I ain't a West Coast, I'm an East Coaster. So with that being said, we will also be back on Tuesday for Ms. and Mrs. Now. Oh, wow.
I don't have time. Goddamn it, Chad. I don't have time for this.
That's 10. No, it's just funny that he actually is on the time zone that I was talking about. That's so crazy. We will do Ms. and Mrs. recap show, so make sure you check that out. Before that, Dish and Indies will be back on Tuesday as well. Hopefully you guys get an episode this week. I don't know what the hell happened last week. Wednesday, guess what? I am back on AEW Dynamite for the 4th consecutive week, okay? I'm a permanent host here at AEW, okay? I have finally made my way to AEW, which is crazy. Thursday, I believe we will have a Creed Squad episode. Not sure, but we'll get back to you on that on Monday. Also, NXT 2.0 and NXT UK post show. See, I said it right that time, Santana. Post show will happen.
You impress me?
Yeah, I was. Every time I go through it now, I hear you saying you always say NXT. It's NXT 2.0. And then Thursday night, close your Thursday night out with the Salt Shakers Impact post show. Okay. And then Friday, of course, we do have the AEW Rampage and SmackDown show. However, Santana and Stephanie will not be in attendance on this Friday. So there may or may not be a show. We're not sure. I know Santana will be with me at GCW at Nashville Fairgrounds. Back in Nashville again 2 times in a year. It's crazy as hell.
In a month span.
In a month.
It's the most I've been in Nashville. Like, God, it's like tour.
Our weekend next weekend is jam packed. We have GCW on Friday. We have Starcast on Saturday. Jury's still out if whether or not we're going to SummerSlam. And then Sunday we're going to Rick's last match. We're also going to Starcast both days too. And then Saturday we're going to a meet and greet for Bianca. And
get that address for that.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm leaving my car and you drive me around. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Absolutely. I actually,
I'm letting
um,
Nikki be the driver in her city, her town, her
I
state.
I have the address and I know exactly where it is because it's literally down from my job, which is crazy. But with that being said, Santana, any final thoughts, editor in chief?
Never heard that name in a long time, Lord.
Vacation, I miss 6 to 8 weeks or months.
Well, I tried to be away for 6 to 8 months, but obviously the CEO would not allow me to. Because as soon as Monday morning hit, she was in my office talking to me. But I don't really have any last words. This is the first Ring of Honor that we did. We could have it been possible we had went to the Ring of Honor Supercard, but because it's at the same time as the multiverse, you're a bunch of dumbasses. So here we are. If you wonder why I'm doing this, because I'm trying to get my light rate. But I don't really have any last words. Ring of Honor is really good. I'm excited to see what else they have planned in the store, and so on and so forth. So let's get loud.
Oh my god. I haven't heard in a very, very long time.
I know, right?
You need to bring the video back so we can have it on for Monday, obviously, because I mean we have to get loud for Ray. This is the only time you'll see me get loud for Ray.
Well, I deleted because I don't like people using my stuff. So
true. I said you need to bring it back. Also, that's it. I just want to make people think that we were going to say something.
Make sure you follow us at Women's Wrestling Talk at WWE Talk Pod, www.talkpod.com for the website. We have a lot of articles going out each and every day. Yeah, each and every day we got something going out. Okay, we do. Even if it's one, maybe two, maybe three. It varies on how I'm feeling for the day. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitch, share our page. We're constantly growing. Make sure you guys come back, not just for tonight for Ring of Honor, but make sure you guys come back for all of our other shows we do have. If y'all like us, like y'all say y'all do.
Yeah.
Because don't be lying, because I don't like liars. By no means necessary. Okay? Make sure you guys follow our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. If you missed the post show here, and why they got their dogs out? It's 1:00 in the morning. But yeah, so we are, Bobby. We are, and for that. Nikki is my only tag team partner.
Listen, I'm telling you, women's
on my shirt.
Oh my god, we need
Nikki
shirts.
is my only tag team partner.
Oh, speaking of, we have merch.
We do. Dun, 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 dun. We have merch. We ride for Naomi merch. We got I Stand with the Boss shirt coming soon. We also have our, of course, our original. This is not just professional wrestling. This is professional wrestling shirt that you kindly would normally see us wear. Sometimes, often, but definitely make sure you get our
hallelujah,
amen. We can give you some church over here. I promise you. We do a little praise and worship. We did our praise and worship before we hopped on here. Actually,
we sure did with Deep in Future. Okay. So Rolling Loud.
Okay. At the new church on Rolling Loud Avenue.
Okay,
because that's exactly where we were. What? Intergen match. Me.
Child, you trying to pitch something, child. And
you still in a hard fought losing match with your chicken, my guy. What are you trying to get at?
Child.
Shout out to Stephanie Hardy because I suggested that Santana and Hardy. That was me. Yeah, but we never came up with a tag team name because we're not necessarily a tag team. We're just co-hosts. That's all that me and Stephanie were. Nobody else outside of me and Nikki are a tag. Let's just say that. And Stephanie has our own tag partner, which is Katrina. That's her tag partner. But Nikki is my only tag partner.
It's her only tag partner, okay?
My only tag partner.
That's it.
Make sure you clip it.
Make sure you clip it, y'all, because we're gonna see. I'm gonna see 1 week from Friday You know, I'm being them comments, so we're
Put my
gonna see
sign up.
when the tweet come out.
Nobody else calls Nikki her partner but me.
Yeah, that's because I don't, you know, Al knows.
Good on you, Santana. I find my own tag partner. Hey, listen, if you're trying to get a match together, Chad, let me tell you something.
Yeah, do you want me to be?
I'm not the one, okay? Remember where I'm from, sweetheart. This is my hair bag, okay? I'm wearing my city on my shirt every day, okay?
I'm wearing Bliss, so.
Well, be blessed.
Okay. With that being said, you've been rocking with the best. You already know how we get down. The Salt Shakers, the dominating tag team here, the originals. We will be the first ones inducted, okay? The first ones inducted into the WWT Hall of Fame. Also, if you want to see someone who tries to be on our level, Monday through Thursday, the news is always on. We always in the comments. Make sure you check that out too. That's the only thing that I forgot.
That we don't be well. I technically am on the news, but I pop in when I want to.
Yeah.
You know, because I got it like that.
She got it like that. And of course, Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. And before we leave, y'all know what y'all got to
do. Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet.